In term 2, we want to start what we're calling the dining room, and it's going to be food for the soul and food for the body. 5:30 on a Sunday night, there'll be a meal like we used to have pre-COVID, just a simple meal. And then there'll be a 10-minute reflection time, maybe a song, maybe a quiet time. And then we're going to have a really practical, enjoyable, hands-on workshop on some aspect of what it means to be a disciple of Jesus. How to hand pass, or how to mark the ball, how to kick the ball, the equivalent of that. And then we'll finish up with an opportunity for sharing and prayer. And we want to invite everyone to come as an individual. Want to encourage you to come as a small group if you can, because you can sit together around a table for the meal, and you can sit together as a small group for the discussion time, and you can sit together for the prayer and sharing time. So it'll still kind of be like being at small group. If you're looking at starting a small group, we'd like you to think about coming to this for a term or so before you launch out in the community. Because again, you can sit together, you can learn together, you can eat together, you can pray together, but we've got some trainer wheels and some absolutely essential skills that will make your small group healthy as you move on. So that's coming up in term 2. The way we're going to do it is we're going to have 3 4-week training courses. So Bob's going to run one 4-week option, which is all about how do you be a witness? What does it mean to share your faith? What's a person of peace? Someone who God has put into my life and there's an affinity and it makes sense to share, and how do you do that? And Heather's going to be running 4 weeks on how do you discern what God wants? How do you discern God's voice and obey Him? How do you hear what God is doing? How do you notice what God's doing in your week and doing in your life? Because we're not doing that, nothing else is going to work, right? So 4 weeks of practical skills, and I'm going to run 4 weeks on how do you build relationships with people? How do you affirm them? How do you encourage them? How do you get to know their story so you can serve them as Jesus would? And then after 4 weeks, you get to swap and everyone gets to do one of the other 2 that they hadn't done yet. And then the next term we're going to have 3 more. So it's going to be lots of fun. Most of these will be youth friendly and certainly young adult friendly. Young adults, you've got to be there for this. This is absolutely essential for you. Jacob's going to be running a youth option, particularly for the kids for whom some of these may not work. There's, if we know there's interest with families with younger kids, we can organise a creche. Think about this. You rock up at 5:30, you feed the kids so they're full, they go to creche, you get an hour for yourself. It could work, and then go home and you don't have to cook tea. It could work really well. But what we're going to do to launch this is before the holidays, the Easter holidays, we're going to have 3 tasters. It'll be shorter, just some food and a workshop. Up, in what ways can we grow in our relationship with God? In what ways can we grow community? And out, how do we grow in our connection with the community around us?